few weeks ago, I watched a grown adult cry in a parking lot. Not because their loved one had died, but because they realized they couldn't keep doing caregiving another week. I think that's the hidden side of American healthcare that we almost never talk about.
Feeling a bit stressed? How about overwhelmed? Feeling that anxiety creep up? Maybe the phone rings and you're thinking, my God, what are they going to ask of me now? What do I have to resolve? What do I need to calm them down from? All these things are real, and it's a real world of caregiving on the next episode of Chattin It Up with CJ. When you're a caregiver and your loved one's still able to work the phone and they're still able to contact you in ways that, they're functioning, you're thinking to yourself, oh, what are they calling me for now? Is maybe non-existent that I need to resolve. What do I need to put my dementia caregiving hat on for? Do I need to be a dementia detective? It sounds nutty, but it is a reality. Yeah, sometimes they don't know how to express themselves. A lot of times when you're dealing with cognitive issues, you have no idea what's heading your way. The question is, what are you going to do about it? A lot of times if they do something that you don't want them to do, it's always a good idea to deflect or introduce something to distract. It really does work because you may get some really heavy-duty pushback because in their world, they're normal. Everything's fine. Why can't I do this? And they're going to challenge you, and it becomes a push and pull, a tug-of-war of words. Sometimes when you give them something to do to keep them active and busy, they will push back and say this is nonsense because they still see themselves in a certain manner that doesn't exist anymore. Or maybe they're compromised and they can't do it as well as they used to do it. As a caregiver, you need to be a step ahead. As a caregiver, you need to think about, can they handle this? How can I deflect, maybe reintroduce something that would keep them preoccupied so that they'll kind of forget, right, what it was that they were trying to do? Yeah, head games. It seems kind of mean-spirited, but you're actually helping them so that they're not a detriment to you in the situation or themselves. I was recently discussing matters with different caregivers that are actually actively caregiving. And I asked them, what do you foresee as some issues with you? Well, there's an individual on YouTube by the name of Dr. NealKShah. And he puts out little short messages. And he actually said something that I didn't even think about, but it's very true. You, the caregiver, pretty much are the second patient. Let's hear what he has to say.
I think the caregiver is the second patient. I know this because I've been there. I've been there doing the midnight math on medications, keeping the calendar in my head, trying to sound normal at work while my nervous system is super stressed out and permanently stuck in high alert. I think you don't just get tired. Your world entirely shrinks. You stop being a person and just become a function that's caring for someone else.
It's interesting, huh? It's a perspective that you don't think about. And when you're in it, you're just a doer. You keep doing what you need to do, and you don't even give it a second thought. In that same spectrum, you don't give yourself a second thought. And sometimes people don't even see you or ask about you.
Most importantly, if you know a caregiver personally, don't just ask them, how's your mom doing? Ask them, how are you holding up? Then wait long enough for the honest answer.
It's something to consider that you may be so much into planning mode. I was blessed enough to be a planner, to have an idea of what it is that needed to be done. I loved calendars. I loved planners. I'll tell you, during the caregiving deal, I was just like sick of my planning because I didn't want to plan anymore, but I had to stay organized. I wasn't just taking care of myself. I was taking care of someone else. I had to make sure that I was the well-oiled machine to keep things on track. I was exhausted. It showed itself in different ways.
Meanwhile, I think the real marathon is happening at home, where quietly one exhausted person is juggling medications, meals, doctor's appointments, work, and their own worry. And we keep pretending that person is just helping. Well, they're not.
Do you think about who's going to take over if you can't? What's going to happen to your loved one? If you can't do what you're doing, do you have a backup plan? These are things you need to consider. These are very vital things. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's actually quite daunting. It's always good to have somebody that's on your side. I hope that you are realizing that it's not selfishness if you took time for yourself. Sometimes you need to go out and outsource. Get yourself a caregiver to be your backup so that you can take care of yourself. And that doesn't necessarily mean going to a doctor for yourself. It's not a bad idea. But, mental time. In church, we call it going to the mountain so that you can be refreshed and come back. Isn't that what vacations are all about? In the real world, when you're working, if you get a vacation, it's just so you can take a mental break, not be bogged down with what you do every single day, and create burnout for yourself. Caregiving is the same thing. What's exhausting is you're thinking not only about yourself and the well-being of your loved one, but sometimes because it's too much, you just don't think about you. I'm doing okay. What's the big deal? Oh, you will find out later on because your body will let you know. Someone is keeping score, and if you're not, well, your body will scream out to you, and, well, things happen to get your attention. Don't put yourself there. Hey, stay blessed and be good to yourself. I mean it. And I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching. And please remember to hit the subscribe button. We are trying to grow our channel and reach 1,000 subscribers. Now, for every new subscriber, these two nutheads right here, they're going to get a treat, so we will all be happy. Thanks for watching.